All right, there's another topic I'd like to discuss, and that's gunpowder for reloading. Now, we all know primers have been non-existent, and also gunpowder is awful difficult to find. And after this last huge crisis, when all reloading supplies just evaporated, be it actual cases, projectiles, primers, and gunpowder also. Now, most smokeless powders is no big deal, to have them. It's not like black powder. Black powder is considered an explosive, so there's a lot of places that won't stock actual true black powder. And there was also a shortage on that also when the Go-Ex plant closed down here in the U.S. Created a panic and all that stuff disappeared. But let's just talk about regular smokeless powder for reloading. Recently, I've noticed, well, just along with everything else, you can't find the stuff. You can't find the stuff online, and when you do find it, it's quite expensive. And again, gunpowder must be sent with a hazmat fee, okay? So, and I don't know, like I mentioned, a lot of this seems to be a form of gun control. Either they're going to come to the point where if you buy ammo, I know in some states you must show ID, some places keep records of how much ammo you buy. And I think in New York, you can't buy more than 60 rounds of ammo for a quote-unquote assault rifle, be it an AR-15, a AK-47, or even 9mm pistol ammo because of high-capacity mag guns. If there are any there in New York, they're grandfathered because when New York changed restrictions on that years ago, I had some high-capacity mag pistols, 9mm, and they never came and confiscated them, so you don't know. So, controlling the ammo, one way to do it is to control reloading ammo, okay? So, that's why I keep saying I believe it's kind of a backdoor form of gun control, okay? If you don't have no ammo, okay, the gun is useless, all right? So what's happened is, like all the panic, everything's sold out. And if you get it, it trickles in very little, Plus, they're all making ammo. That's the number one priority. So I don't know if the powder companies just devote all their production to ammunition production by the major factories and they're not making much, or if they do, it's a smaller percentage. And with the insanely high demand, if anyone gets something in stock, it's gone instantly. But there has been 2 or 3 changes, and this is what's kind of scary about this. One is they were talking not only of an increase in the price, that came out January last year, a year ago. They were all saying all the prices are going to go up on all the components, powders, all that stuff, no matter who makes it, primers. So you're not going to see it go back to a level that you remember. And that is, when powder was, this one here has a price tag of $26 on it, this pound of powder. It used to be about, depending on the brand and that, some are more expensive, but you're looking at $25 mark. Let's say $25 for a pound of powder. And I have this one here. I bought this 8-pound jug a while ago, and I bought this at a gun show during the Obama thing when the crisis ended, and a guy had a whole bunch of these. I paid $140 for this 8-pound caddy of Bullseye, and that's the only reason why I can still reload handgun cartridges to this day, is because I bought that huge keg. I laid out the money for it. So what's happened is if you find powder, okay, it's like $45, almost $50 a pound. And they come up with a new process where, like Hodgdon, will sell it directly from their site. Okay, instead of sending it to distributors, when they produce it, have it in stock, they set up to where they retail it out. So I was watching this. They don't send you memos or nothing. You have to go to their website and see when it's in stock. So this is just crazy crap there. So I was doing that for a while. And I was looking to load something and I didn't have a powder. This powder was there. And I said, all right, let me get a pound of it. So I look, it's like $49 for the powder. Put it in a basket, go to fill it out, and again, it was $35 hazmat fee, shipping. It come out to $94 if I wanted that pound of gunpowder mailed to my house through UPS. Okay. Which is ridiculous. If you go to the local store, it's the same price. You pay the sales tax, which is 7%, and still it's $50 a pound. And them 8-pound jugs, I don't think any of them are priced under $200 now. So it's when you see them, they're anything. I mean, if you go online, you can find it, and they got them for like $500 for an 8-pound can of it. And I mean, that's another thing. Anyone who does have powder or gets it, marks it up, tries selling it online for double, triple the price. All right. So you're kind of stuck. Then there's another thing. When we were discussing, I have these powders out here. We were discussing this powder here, IMR 4320. It's an older powder, this and that. I used it for a certain load, and somebody was asking me about load data, and I said, use this. Okay. They don't make it anymore. Another one, Trail Boss. This was really a popular powder. People loved using it. It had a huge demand. They don't make Trail Boss no more. Okay. And I believe in one of my live chats, I was talking from the fellas up in Canada, and I think IMR or somebody come out with the Enduron powders, and it was like blue, red, or something, Enduron. It was supposedly the newest, greatest stuff. All this other thing, they're using it. It was a big push. You'd find more Enduron than you would the traditional older brands, which they were eliminating some of them. And he told me they stopped the Enduron line of powders. Because this one fellow I know, he got some of it, he was using it, he kind of liked it, and he could get it. And then all of a sudden, they just stopped making it. Okay. So the companies are cutting back on their product line, okay, so there's less choices you have of what to get. And also the price. We're talking, say, $25, $30 before the crisis. Now you're talking $50 a pound, double the price, if you can find it. And I don't see the powder situation getting any better. I mean, I went to one website and they had a bunch of one brand of powder come in, a shipment of it. So they had like several varieties and that for sale, but if I went to IMR, there's nothing. If I went to something else, there was no powders in there. So, and I have alerts with Graf & Sons for just about all kinds of stuff. And I mean, it's been 8 months since I set the alerts up, and they don't have the stuff there. I think CCI, you couldn't get the caps, number 10 and 11 caps for the black powder guns. They were sold out. And then when they did show up and they were available again, they were gone in a very short time, and they're sold out once more. Okay, so it's kind of like they're not manufacturing the powder to make it available. And plus, they're also discontinuing a lot of their products. So a lot of stuff that, like I like certain powders for certain applications. Okay, now they don't make that powder anymore. And trying to get it to you is is ungodly. I mean, if you're fortunate enough to find it in the store, cool, whenever. But for me to drive 15 minutes to the 2 sporting goods stores every day to see if they have it out or whatever is, it defeats the purpose. I'll spend more money in gasoline than buying the powder at $50 a pound. Is this ever going to get better? This is another thing, like with the primers. It may not, but, it's making it difficult and extremely expensive to keep in the shooting sport and to keep reloading. And actually, it is cheaper to buy a box of 9mm than it is for me to try to reload it and, buying the components. Okay, I mean, it almost costs the same, and then you got to put the time and labor and everything and all the work into it, and you're coming out of, a small percentage less than just buying this stuff off the shelf. So I don't know where this is going, and I really don't see an end to the powder thing. But like I said today, I got an email that, hey, we have this brand of powder in, and it looks like they got a big shipment of all the different types from the one company. So maybe this is making a turnaround. But the thing is, you will find that you're looking at $50 a pound now, other than 25, which is kind of an average. All right, so we'll see. But this is, again, strange. And the fact that they're limiting or not producing or narrowing down their line of products also is another thing that making me nervous. But that's how it stands on the powder. I mean, it's tricky, but I guess we'll see. Can only hope that it improves as we go further into the year.